Now we come to lecture 10. In the previous lecture 9, we had studied the petrol system of injection, the MPFI and the carburetor system. Now before we come to the injection system of diesel engines, let us compare the present day MPFI with the old carburetor system, which is virtually out of the market. So comparing MPFI, multi-point fuel injection, with the old carburetor system. What are the advantages? In MPFI, there is a high quality fuel distribution, enabling higher CR without danger of detonation. Now we have studied all this. Higher CR is possible whenever the higher CR increases. We know the detonation chances increase. So because of the high quality fuel distribution, as a spray, we can afford to have a greater CR. Greater CR means more torque and more power output from the engine. Restriction of carburetor venturi. We had seen the basic carburetor. There was a carburetor venturi which was going into the body of the carburetor. So that restriction of carburetor venturi has been improved, thereby improving the volumetric efficiency. We know what is volumetric efficiency. That means the efficiency with which the maximum charge comes in to the charge that is practically possible based on the circuit volume, and hence improved power and torque. When the volumetric efficiency increases, invariably the power and torque will have to increase, because in volumetric efficiency you have more charge of fuel air charge entering into the engine cylinders relatively. Third advantage is the fuel consumption decreases. All the wetting of the walls of the carburetor, the venturi, and even the float, there are certain losses from the carburetor also which evaporate. Here there is relatively almost no loss at all in the MPFI. Fourth, quick transportation of fuel to intake manifolds. The transportation is quick because there is no carburetor in between. It's direct from the fuel tank to the injector through the manifold. Also, there is no wetting of manifold walls. Manifold valve, indirect multi-point fuel injection, in which it is before the butterfly valve or it may be after the butterfly valve. The manifold is there in both cases. The manifold walls will not be wetted, and wetting means loss of fuel also, and loss of fuel means the average of your vehicle will decrease. The fifth advantage is the single point and multi-point suitable for supercharging. We will come to supercharging later. Supercharging is a process, turbocharging is a process of enhancing the power of a naturally aspirated engine. Naturally aspirated means the one which is built for the planes, and when you go to the high altitude, the oxygen is less and you invariably need to have a supercharger to increase. It's nothing but a compressors and supplies extra amount of air to increase the power output. Sixth advantage is the precisely metered fuel throughout the range of engine, speed, load and temperature. In the MPFI, the fuel is absolutely metered. Just the required amount is sent to the engine cylinders, which is why also the average has increased and power output is also increased. It's all interrelated, all these points. So throughout the range when you have more output, there will be, the metered fuel will be slightly more, there will be more spray depending on the speed, load and temperature. Whereas in the carburetor you had a lot of fuel losses, which we already discussed. There will be reduced exhaust pollution because all the charge that was sent into the engine burns off. And consequently, the exhaust pollution will be less. In the case of carburetor, a certain amount of, you don't get the ideal, you don't get that stoichiometric, if you remember, ratio. You don't get the exact ratio of air fuel. Here it's possible to get a better, almost perfect air fuel ratio in MPFI, whereas you don't get that in carburetor, because that carburetor, a lot of working parts, a lot of factors come into play. Let us see the disadvantages of MPFI with carburetor system. Naturally, with all these inputs, the high cost and increased maintenance, nothing to explain. High grade filtration due to fine tolerance of metering and discharge components. Now, discharge components means the injectors, they have got small holes, minute holes from where the spray is injected, and the spray is so fine. So in case the fuel is not filtered properly, some amount of impurity, even the slightest impurity, gets clogged into one of the discharge ports, the small minute ports of the injector, is going to affect the spray of the petrol. So tolerances are fine, and that's another reason why the cost is high, because of the very fine tolerance of metering and discharge components, which is one of the main reasons for the high cost. More wear and tear due to more mechanical and electrical components. Seen in the diagram, there is more wear and tear due to more mechanical and electrical components. Mechanical also because of the higher CR, mechanical wear will be more, power output is more, and the pressures inside the cylinder will be more for a higher CR. Fourth is noisy due to pumping and metering of fuel, which is not there in the case of carburetor. But in these days, this has been controlled to a large extent. There is also padding inside. If you open the engine compartment, under the bonnet, some pads are given there, and the technology has improved to the extent that earlier, about 15-20 years ago, the noise was quite a bit, which has been reduced significantly, and it's almost like any other car. Complicated compared to the carburetor system because of all these parts, metering, discharge components, so many extra components compared to the carburetor system. So this was the broad comparison of MPFI with carburetor system. Now we come to the diesel engines, the fuel injection. Fuel injection systems of diesel engine. There are basically two types. One is the air injection, and the second is the airless or solid injection. Solid injection means the diesel is considered a solid, and that's why it's called a solid injection. In air injection, as the name suggests, fuel is injected along with the air blast. A separate air blast is through the air filter, separate air blast. The air is compressed by a compressor and an air blast is created, and there the fuel is injected into the air blast. Air first is compressed to around 50 to 90 bars depending upon the size of engine fitted on the vehicle, which may be commercial or even cars or whatever, depends. So the range is from 50 to 90. The fuel pump supplies required quantity of fuel to the air injection valve. The fuel pump, as you know, its job is to supply fuel, but to the required quantity, which is to the air injection valve. Neither more nor less, who have to have the proper air fuel mixture ratio. Air injection valve is mechanically operated from some connection from a drive from the engine itself, and gets the air blast from compressor. Compressor compresses the air, and from there the blast is created, which consumes 10% of engine power, which is a negative factor. That means 10% of the engine power is used for driving the compressor, and giving the blast of air into the engine manifold. So that's why this type is virtually off and limited use is there. Engine, the output decreases naturally when 10% is going towards this function. The engine output straight away decreases. It is costly too. Hence, because of all these factors, it is used only in marine and stationary engines. You don't find these in present day cars and commercial vehicles. You will not find any air injection. So there 20-25 years ago, but not any longer. Second is the airless or solid injection. That means the injection is only of the diesel. Air is compressed and fed into the cylinder also directly. Only liquid fuel is injected, hence the name. Liquid fuel is injected. Solid injection means liquid fuel is injected, hence the name. Fuel supplied at a higher pressure, approximately 300 bars from the fuel injection pump to the injector, where it burns due to heat of compressed air. You know, when the compressed air is heated, the temperature rises 2000-3000 degrees centigrade, and then when the fuel is applied at high pressure, the mixture burns instantly. The third point is it is used in big and small diesel engines, which is present day. You will find this in the present day vehicles. High fuel economy, because fuel is injected directly into the cylinder and not pre-mixed like in this case with the air and then injected. So airless or solid injection is classified as individual pump. It could be an individual pump fuel injection system. That means for each cylinder a separate small pump, or it could be the plunger type fuel injection pump. There is one fuel injection pump and which supplies, and there are 4 engines. There will be 4 supply lines, and it works, compresses the fuel, and individually as per the timing of the engine, it supplies the fuel through those pipelines to the individual cylinders. The second type is classification is common rail direct engine, CRDI. This is the latest, and virtually all, at least our cars, they all have CRDI. If you notice some cars, they have written their CRDE, CRDI behind on the bonnet. What is that? Common rail direct injection. Those who have not seen, have a look at the cars moving on the road. You will find that a CRDE. Some call it in some language, French language, German language, common rail direct ejection, common rail direct injection, injection or ejection. So this is the latest, and this is what you generally have in modern day cars. Now before we come to that, let us see what we just saw. This is a common rail. We'll first see the fuel system of diesel engine which we discussed. Here you have the fuel tank, fuel cock is open, the hand primer. This is when in cold starting the hand primer is used, and you are all young. 20-25 years ago on the roadside early in the morning, if you went on the GT road, you would see the drivers priming their diesel engines, those big Tata vehicles, their hand primer. These days technology has advanced so much, this is virtually, it's there but it's hardly used. And then through a filter, it goes to the injection pump. From the injection pump, individually as per the timing and various systems of injection, it is supplied to each individual. There are 4 cylinders in this, and there will be 4 injectors. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the inlet, this is the outlet. So injector spray, whatever is left over, we cannot afford to waste fuel. The return line from the injection pump also, whichever was extra fluid, comes on this to the leak-off pipes. Even the injector leak-off pipes meet with this main leak-off pipe, and the diesel is sent back into the fuel tank. In CRDI, we'll first see this, then we'll read it. Common rail. The supply line, the common rail refers to the high pressure common line. It's very high pressure, something even 1100 bars तक आजकल जाता है. So the common rail has a very high pressure fuel, and it's high pressure because the more the pressure, the more accurate and the better spray you will have, and the more metered fuel you can send into the engine. So let us see. This is a fuel tank. This is a drain cock. From the fuel tank, the feed pump, it may be electrical or mechanically driven. Then there is a filter. The relief valve sends the required pressure. Any extra leak of the diesel is sent back into the fuel tank. This gives the relief valve maintains a common pressure in this common rail. Common rail, CR means nothing but the fuel diesel supply line which is connected to the injectors. This is the point to note. Here, these are all unit injector, engine, injection pump with, here the pump is inside. It's called a unit injector. The pump is inside the injector. And the spray is, there are a lot of holes at the tip, and the spray takes place. It's a very simple diagram. CRDI, a single injection pump with injector called as a unit injector, is fitted on each cylinder. Simple. Unit injector operated by rocker arms and springs fitted overhead similar to engine valves. The rocker arms are similar to engine valves which we had studied in the earlier initial lectures. They are operated by rocker arms, and the rocker arms operate depending upon the timing of that engine, and the spring inside the injector, against the spring pressure, the fuel is injected as a spray through the holes. Common rail ensures equal fuel injection to all cylinders because of this high pressure maintained in this, and the equal fuel is injected into each cylinder. So we have finished now the fuel injection systems of petrol and diesel. In the next lecture, I think we will study the electrical system of the vehicle. Thank you.